too. Because the mobility, okay, well, that kind of just... Alright, well, fuck. I've looked at the Lunatics, I've looked at the Nomads, I've looked at the Scavengers vehicles. Nice, got my first kill. I do not have the facilities to be sustaining all that damage. Stop shooting me. Stop it. Yeah, I'm 100% fucked. It's a bunch of bull. Get me out of this lobby. Don't care. Bug. Fuck. Miss my bigger tank. Or I keep calling it a fucking tank. What is with me in saying they're incorrect shit? Yep, and I'm fucked again. Teammates in my way because he's blocky as all hell. Can't move, and I'm dead. Cool. Get me out of the game. Get me out of the game. Case closed. Peace on that. Fuck you.
Alright, what up y'all? This is Game Time in Post, and I'm interrupting the video real quick to say that most of this video is me looking at the blueprints of the different factions' vehicles. I understand this can be a bit tedious, but I felt it was a necessary thing for me to look into when factoring in what the next steps would be after I hit level 10. There are timestamps in the description, so if you want to skip to either a particular vehicle I looked at to get my opinion on it, or want to skip to the few fights that did happen, feel free to check them out. Y'all have yourselves a good day, and I'm out for now. Enjoy the video.
I mean, isn't it just the cord? Nomad. Oh man, some long range capabilities? Hell yeah. What is that? Is that a damage multiplier? This vehicle is meant for long-range battles, however, it's much more durable and also equipped with the combat drone. Never drone. I've been wanting something like this, like a long-range type thing, so I can just not hit anything. I wanted like something for like a long-range fight other than just simply like shotguns or some shit. Those are like health drainers for sure. All in one go. Damn. That's crazy. This one has a lot more health too. But you can really lay into somebody with this shit though. Okay, so that's the Nomads. I like what they got going right now though. The Howler. And they got them something here that's on R1. It's like a cannon. It is a cannon. It can't turn though, so it's stuck looking at the front of my vehicle. And it has these two weak ass chain guns. Okay, I'm not even gonna look further into that. Being able to have the cannon in two of these things, I probably would try to replace one of these chain guns with, if I can, two shotguns or some shit like that, and then I'd be okay with it. Two shotguns, in my personal opinion, is better than a singular like machine gun. I don't think health wise it did well either. 14 shots on a cannon that actually turns. I have a full range of motion cannon. This cannon turns slow as fuck. I mean, it's nice having a cannon on rotisserie though. I'm assuming the ability to have this thing turning the way it's turning is also a generator piece. Like something I would need a vehicle to have, for that I could put that on like my regular starter car. Amount of health. Oh wow. Feels like it's doing a fuck ton of damage. So you could just drop two of them. And then just start peppering him down. Alright, so we got the Rhino. You get 20 shots with this. See, now we get into the high-tech shit. I get the general premise. The Giant, a vehicle for scavenging commissars watching over the excavations. Capable of dealing extreme damage at very long range and can swiftly change position. Oh, wow. Bit much, but... Okay, so they're not homing. They do kind of just turn randomly, because that one before just went straight. So maybe they are a bit homing, but it's maybe a little bit inconsistent. I don't really know. So the one that makes me confused on whether or not is it homing or not is because the one on the right just went straight to no man's land, and the one on the left went directly to that guy right there. So I'm gonna assume that it's not homing and that it's completely based off of my direction. But the thing that makes me confused by that is because earlier they were kind of going in this weird circular way, the circular pattern and shit to get to the enemy. Like that. So that's confusing as hell, and I don't understand how they work. Of the rock. A hurricane on the roof. Armageddon on your doorstep. I mean, one of the negatives about it, I guess, that I can see, this doesn't look like the type of vehicle where I'd be okay close range, but it's a trade-off. I feel like if we're talking about like that level of damage and pushback and everything else, like that's kind of crazy. The best that they have to offer. How do I feel about that? Not bad. Lunatics is the ones who I haven't tried yet. So let's see, they have the Quickdraw. Just something like my ant like thing. Okay, it's more of the shotgun shit. Oh, but they come back fast though. Way faster than my current shit. Granted, the mobility on this thing is crazy good. Durability wise, this thing wouldn't last like at all. I don't see myself using this one. I'm gonna assume that these are more damaging and that they're more costly and they reload faster, but the offset is the fact that you only can use that middle gun there where it's currently located. Now I'm sure I could probably adjust it, but probably be putting it on the top of this thing will probably block my other two shotguns up there, making it kind of null and void. The Leech. In an armored vehicle, the more experienced and careful Lunatics. Its main weapons are two Wasp rocket launchers that can easily destroy enemies from afar. The weakened enemies can be finished off in close combat with the powerful shotgun. The Rrockets. Oh, I just need to tap it and it fires both of those together. Gotcha. Mobility probably isn't as good, but it's not terrible. Maybe some extra plating could help as far as the health is concerned. But I don't see this being ultimately. It would depend on who it is that I'm up against for this to be effective in PvP. Probably more so a PvE type of thing, and even then I'd still have to put plates on this thing to truly get it to be as effective and probably reach its actual maximum potential. The Kaboom. Psycho piece personal artillery capable of quickly emerging out of nowhere and dealing crushing rocket damage to a stunned enemy. So I just have a rocket and they do not turn. So that means that my rear or side is exposed right off the gates. That's something I'm going to point out and notice right away with these, because that's something I'm always constantly concerned about, is people getting to the side of me or behind of me, and me not being able to defend myself in any capacity. Like with my current ant vehicle, I can't fight enemies that are behind me. Ooh, I mean, if you can keep people in front of you, which maybe that's what the mobility is for, because it looks like you can kind of turn kind of well. Yeah, that's pretty effective. Negatives for that, for the Kaboom, at least for me, is not being able to shoot people on the side or behind me, because people often get to the side of me anyway, so it's something I'm always going to be concerned about. But that rocket in the front is an interesting thing, and that really is just a selling point of the whole vehicle. Metal ripping shotgun spikes, piercing enemies and friends alike, a right proper engine, and a pair of roaring rocket boosters. This is basically everything that a Lunatic can dream about. I don't know if it actually was doing a damage multiplier. I don't know what is multiplying, but it's multiplying something. The same exact shotgun. Use both of my shotguns. Jammed. What did that mean? So when I see like random things like that, I'm assuming that those are status effects of some kind. Like I know disarmed is something. They don't have any more weapons on their guns, so they can no longer shoot. It has excellent mobility and it's fast as fuck. Oh, you can actually, and man, this is that's a complete offset to how my boosters were. My boosters are in my previous vehicle. Okay, it's a nice fast vehicle. I hurt myself crashing into them. The boosters are definitely stronger than what the fuck I've been using. I don't know why I even continue to put on that damn booster. That shit is all about the mobility. Maybe something more of a distraction type of thing, or like something to just finish people off. I think that's what the small vehicles is supposed to be for anyways in this game. Not necessarily to be sitting here tanking damage, but more so just to kind of distract enemies from your actual bigger allies, hitting them from a distance or with the harder hitting stuff, while you sit there and distract them by being fast and, you know, trying to tank some of the hits, but hopefully have your teammates hopefully offset your lack of durability with their more offensive impact, and, you know, hopefully they can stop them from basically decimating you. Now we have a slasher, blades in the front. they often tear people to fucking shreds in seconds. Top friendship count people, damn, that shit shreds you, especially weaker, lower armor. Yeah, it just decimates. That's why people typically have those on. I wonder how much energy these things cost to have. They just do so much damage, and then like you can't really move in a lot of situations when it comes to this stuff. There's like really no counter for this stuff that I'm aware of when it comes to the harvester. When someone has you kind of like right on the side and they can just kind of just push you like this and it just melts in your fucking health and armor place and shit, there's really nothing you can do, at least in my experience. Even because I've even gone up against the AI that has done this. Like in one of the story moments, I had to protect somebody. I was fighting one of the guys trying to disarm him and then move on to the next guy. Then when I looked over, like the guy was getting bladed down like that. He was already on fire in like seconds and shit. I ended up failing that mission. But these things are like really fucking strong. People typically go with these a lot. Usually this is accompanied with a lot of armor because you want to not die as fast. I think that's just I think what these my shit just died. Oh. Well, it's not infinite, that's for sure. I learned something new. Then lastly we have the Beast, the nocturnal horrible caravans of the wasteland. This card drops solo. And sometimes traders wake up in close sweat from the metal grinding harvester and the rattling shots of shotgun. And with the most amount of health, number 1 I'll point out. And obviously has another harvester attached to it, which I've already shown what it can do. I think the main appeal of this one is, it has all the health in the world while at the same time having basically the same type of offense as the Rrrocket. Now, based off of how I like to play this game, especially now, I don't know how strong these shotguns actually are when it comes to disarming, because I've actually prioritized disarming over just simply shooting at the base of the vehicle. That's something because I've seen more success when I do that. More than likely, I'm not going to be able to outgun whoever it is that I'm fighting, at least not this early in the stage. Even with 3 shotguns, I just don't see that happening. But if I can aim for their gun and be quite accurate about it and focus my fire on that, then I can basically stop them from being able to attack me unless they have a harvester themselves. For me, I'm thinking, and I could be wrong about this frame of mindset, and I would like someone to correct me if I'm wrong, but my frame of mindset is go for weapons first, then go for the tires. I'm gonna go for the tires if I have the time to basically continue fighting that guy if I've already completely disarmed him. But that would be the Beast. Not a bad vehicle. I'm gonna take an extra look at them and then I'll come back to kind of get my final synopsis because this is an important decision. I've looked at the Lunatics, I've looked at the Nomads, I've looked at the Scavengers vehicles, because they may not be up to that. It may be not up to these guys here, because I may put too much stock here in these guys individually, when it's like these are the guys that I'm kind of really need to get into and actually like truly like understand the vehicles that is coming with this. So then we have Steppenwolfs. First vehicle is the Windfall, an APC remodel for transport purposes long ago that now serves as a platform for a cannon and homing rockets. That's the cannon. Hardly any recoil. Oh, okay. So what is that thing there for then? The thing that's turning with me? Because that seems to kind of just be turning, but it's like, it doesn't help me direct my missiles at all though. I don't know what this is doing. Side protection is kind of null and void. Rear protection is kind of null and void. Mobility on this thing is okay. I've seen better. But the defense on this thing is kind of, it's alright. It's some of the better ones I've seen for sure. Especially for like a starter vehicle. Okay, why did they shoot straight up in the air? Is there like a lock-on mechanic that I'm not utilizing properly or something? Why are they just shooting straight up in the fucking... Not my cup of tea. Meteor. A combat vehicle with a battery of homing rockets and a wheel drone. It looks like it's still the same type of rockets that were shooting up in the fucking air, but we have 4 of them now. So that's like 2 more rockets for us to miss at random. That's pretty useful. Now the good thing about this one is because it's on tracks, I don't need to drive in order to be able to turn. I can kind of just sit here and just turn my vehicle. So that's pretty cool. And, you know, the rockets still need to be a certain distance away in order to be truly effective. And then you have this square thing here, which, oh wow, look at that. Oh, you have a little AI bot with the turn thing. I have yet to see somebody use that shit. It's a smaller thing. It does not last as long as the other turns did. I will say that much. I don't know what that gas mask and skull crossbones symbol is on the lower left next to the tracks, because there's nothing gas related in this game that I've seen so far. So I don't really know what that could be referring to. The ammo on this thing is very limited. Defense on this thing is fantastic. Just like the last thing, I think the starter was kind of the same way, maybe like 200 lower. But that is an interesting mechanic with this guy here. I think I can only have one out at a time. Yeah, and you can see the timer as the thing goes down. Put this one as, this is probably good for a starter if I want to stay away from the fight. But Lord forbid people get too damn close to me, because I don't really know how effective this is going to be in that instance. So if I'm far away from enemies and I place this thing, is it going to just go towards enemies, or is it just going to sit tight? Okay, yeah, it's just sitting tight. So you're having like a little bro around, you know what I mean? That's pretty cool. Also sports that symbol. Now, is that just the symbol? Is that just the Steppenwolf symbol? Is that what that means? Lock on. So it locks on. So it's okay. So I don't need to aim at. Oh wow! Holy shit! An AI turret. Once you lock onto an enemy, it'll fire automatically. So then I can focus my. Because I'm not holding L1 right now. It's just firing on its own. If I go far away from it, how far is the distance on this thing? Because this is supposed to be long range. So this is the distance right here. So this one is very resourceful, while at the same time having a decent amount of defense as well. But this cannon, this manual cannon is crazy. Holy fuck. So you control this thing. If you're playing this on PlayStation, I don't know if this is on Xbox or nothing like that, but if you're playing this on PlayStation, you control this thing with the left analog, not with the right analog. Initially, I thought you cannot go up and down. It hovers right above ground. There is no up and down. You only can go left and right. Kind of a quick reload too. So that's kind of what it meant by long range, but you only had that timer there too. Can really dictate, only can dictate how far this thing can actually move before it just explodes. Okay, no. So it doesn't even explode. It'll just accelerate where it's going. So if you don't hit a target initially, it'll just go by itself, like a regular rocket, like that. And then I can just detonate it at a certain point in time. It's very resourceful. That's kind of my take on this vehicle. It's resourceful. The weakness of this one is probably smaller vehicles, especially when you're thinking about main cannon. And this vehicle probably requires a little bit more skill than what I'm accustomed to, which isn't really like off-putting me from the vehicle. It's just something that you have to take into account if you're going to use this one, because you have to control the rocket manually, right? Now, granted, you can turn the thing, but the turning axis on this isn't the greatest. So if you happen to miss somebody, you're taking a wide turn here. You know what I mean? And then once you launch this fucking thing, or you run out of time, there is no controlling it at that point. So that you could have wasted that rocket. And you can kind of quick get out of the thing by just quickly detonating it, so that we can get back to your vehicle in case you're actually like in danger. So the downside is probably more mobile targets, as they can dodge you and basically make you miss your rockets. The Stomper. Mechanical legs allow this armored vehicle to compensate for the tremendous recoil of roof and mounted heavy cannons, while the scope allows for more efficient shooting. Okay, so I haven't had one of these vehicles, but I faced a couple of these in the story mode. So you really don't have to worry too much about like the fact that they're only in the front, because the legs are mobile enough to kind of get you turning on your axis well enough to where you may be able to just simply, if someone's kind of making like a wide angle around you, you can kind of use both analogs to kind of just keep pace with them, because these legs kind of, they're pretty good mobility wise. Now granted, in order for them to kind of move back and forth, you can see that they kind of, struggle a bit. It's kind of like strafing in Call of Duty. So something to keep in mind there. But you can essentially keep these things on it. You have plenty of ammo to really handle majority of the fights that you'd be in, that I'm noticing as well. I don't know why it's not allowing me to move forward right now. Why can't I move forward? And why am I stuck in like strafing right now? It won't let me move. I'm hitting forward on my end. It's not letting me move forward. Oh, right. This is a vehicle that's weird, okay? For me personally, my brain immediately shifted to, because I can shift left and right, you would strafe with these without the right trigger or R2 button. If you want to move or go backwards, you want to use L2, obviously like a car, to go backwards, and R2 to go forward. It's weird because in my brain immediately shifted, because when I was strafing, I'm supposed to use the analog to go forward. So that's what threw me off right there. But that's one thing I'd have to kind of get accustomed to, because when I'm thinking of these legs here, I'm actually thinking of like how it was back in Ratchet Deadlock all those years ago. If anyone who ever played that game. Ratchet Deadlock, I think you used to use the analogs to kind of move forward and backwards and to the side as well. Granted, not the same level of mobility that you have here going on, but somewhat the same as far as like how the vehicle looks and how it basically just motions itself. But ultimately, I mean, this is definitely a vehicle I'd give it a try. Probably it's actually the most durability I've seen on a vehicle. I haven't seen these used in PvP settings yet, so I have no idea how these spider legs actually work, because I've only ever seen wheels and tracks and things of that nature, so I'm not really sure how good these actually are. The Scorpion. So now we're getting really deep in the spider legs. Experimental walking vehicle with a powerful long-range cannon. Order thing here. Oh wow, you can pick where you want to. Oh, okay. Alright, this is different. Holy fuck. And then it has a fire effect. Interesting. So let me go back. This would be something that's kind of hard to hit. This is something that would also require a lot of skill, much like the sniper did. So, because you have to kind of predict where the enemy is going to be at if they're motioning and stuff. In most cases, though, this is a vehicle game. They're going to be moving. I don't think that this is one of those things. This is one of those games where they're going to tell the enemy exactly where you're shooting. And the fire does do AoE damage as well, so that's pretty effective. And then you have a cannon here. Oh, so you still have the same thing that was on the sniper as well. The very same thing I was talking about. This one is 100% skill based as far as how you want to motion this thing, and you really want to stay in the back. And you have to hold. You cannot use this right away. You have to wait till you hear that little beeping noise, and then you can fire this. You cannot fire it right away. I like it. The Schism. The twin tsunami with improved reloading speed makes sure that any enemy easily turns to panic. Now, one thing I'll say about this vehicle, this motherfucker is intimidating. I will, right off rip, off of appearance wise, this thing is threatening. Okay, I will say that. It doesn't have the same mortar launcher thing. It's bigger, so that means it's a bigger target. Obviously, because of the Leviathan legs, they allow you to kind of keep people within a certain level. Like, you can kind of relatively keep people in front of you. See what I'm saying? So it kind of helps with that whole thing if people are trying to circle you or whatever. It's like the tracks, you don't have to use the left analog and actually strafe. The left analog is just for strafing. The right analog is to you can kind of move while at the same time staying in place. If you have 360 with your cannons, you just have to wait for your legs to kind of get you there. We got Dawn's Children. The Lunar Rover 1, the starter vehicle for this one. One of the first armored vehicles built by Dawn's Children, still sporting regular wheels. A couple of miniguns on the roof will help you get the upper hand in any situation. Minigun control here, health is obviously low. Mobility wise, it's okay. I've definitely seen better. It's damn sure not turning on a dime, that's for sure. This is me actually affecting the health, and the white number is me affecting like the armor. The Mars V. Efficient at any distance, while the high-tech scope allows you to destroy key parts of your opponent. This would be our first introduction to the energy weapons. We have the 3-round burst here. I think I used this one earlier. I think this might have been the first one I was using. Except I was really explaining this. I was kind of just testing out the vehicle. I don't know what that percentage is in the green there on the over the sigil. I do not know what that means. What's crazy is the mobility for this is actually way better than that smaller vehicle, and you get more durability with this as well. This is probably more so for actually destroying parts. I think that was the whole premise of this. Like, this is to destroy parts on a vehicle. So that's one weapon gone. Wow, okay, yeah, that's very effective. So I'm assuming that's because my weapons on my current vehicle are gray tier. Just like everything else on my base vehicle is essentially gray tier. So a weapon like this can absolutely decimate. Don't know why that's not destroying that tire. Thank you. Actually would be right up my alley with how I currently play the game. It's not so much for like regular base damage per se. It's more so just about destroying parts on your on the enemy's vehicles. Not bad. Got the Phobos here. So this is basically 2 of the main cannon that was on the previous vehicle with 19 more durability here. The mobility is a little bit worse than that previous vehicle, but still good, but still better than like the starter vehicle for sure. The cannons take a while to turn, so that's something to keep in mind. But essentially more effective at disabling parts, and probably more effective at doing more damage per shot. Best that you let both cannons reload, both shoot at the same time when shooting this thing, so that way you can maximize how much damage and you're doing to both the weapon parts and the base of the vehicle. Saturn X. Revolutionary energy defense tech allowed to make the structure lighter and provide high maneuverability almost without loss of power. It works like the Leviathan legs. I've seen people use the rotors on this. Maybe not this exact vehicle. Maybe it is this exact vehicle. I'm not really sure. But I've definitely seen this vehicle around. It has the invisibility cloak device thing as well. Really effective against probably computers and AI systems, but against players, maybe it's because I was able to see him because I was lower than him, so the sky kind of painted out his silhouette, I guess. I don't know really. Him being cloaked, I don't know how to really explain that. I still see him even though he was invisible. It doesn't make you completely fucking invisible, obviously you can still see me, but this is essentially what I saw. Then you have the R1 button, which does, it looks like a pulse of some sort. I don't know if that's like a, oh wow, what is that? I gotta see what that does. I don't know if that's like a bullet reflector. Is that it? Bullet reflector? Bullet? Fuck it. I'm pretty sure this is a defensive thing. So you have 2 defensive mechanics here with your cloak device, but it goes away when you start shooting. It's probably easier to say like it's a shield. It's probably the simplest way to go about it instead of reflector, because I don't know if it reflects back the bullets or not. I'm sure it just blocks the bullets and prevents incoming damage. Mercury for close range combat. The protective field allows Mercury to survive even in the fiercest gunfights, which I was right about that. It is a defensive thing. Whoa, that's okay. Oh, that's interesting. So if you hold circle, it turns your vehicle to the side. The reason why I think that's notable, hypothetically, if I had another weapon on the rear of my vehicle, but it can't shoot forward because of, you know, my all the shit I have in the front of it, I could turn it to the side, and then it can maybe still shoot at the person. You see what I'm saying? If I can manage to actually coordinate my fucking fingers properly. Or maybe it doesn't not work that way, but it's just something that I'm thinking about. I think it might could work, because then I could have that third, imagine there being a third weapon there, and then it also could shoot as well. Oh, it's like an electric shock thing. Oh, wow. And that has a long charge on it too. You can do that for a while. It seems to mainly damage the armor, not so much the actual health. Maybe that's just the helicopter itself. Range on it isn't that great. Though I am strafing, I need to continue hitting R2 to actually move forward. That is something that is very difficult for me when I don't have wheels, because I'm not thinking about this. When I don't see wheels at the bottom of my vehicle, I'm no longer thinking that this is a car. I don't know why my brain just shifts like that, but it just does. When I'm motioning like this, I immediately think, okay, so now to move forward, I need to be holding the analog up. And that is something that would immediately get me screwed. Between the rotors, or not rotors, have I been calling this shit rotors the entire fucking time? God damn. For lack of a better term, and this is probably incorrect too, but the thrusters on the bottom, I'm gonna just call them thrusters. Next we have Pluto X V. Death from above. It's equipped with the hovers. Hovercrafts. Wow. Camouflage module and a pair of grenade launchers for a complete purge of surroundings. Durability is kind of low. Kinda. We got the weapons here that, oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, no, these are very effective. They shoot a lot of those too. Yeah, those are very effective. Imagine just spraying down your enemies for those. Oh yeah, that is satisfying. a lower level enemy for sure would get decimated by this weapon. If you're like my tank, if I came across this shit and someone was hitting every single shot with it, I'd be dead in like 3 or 4 hits. I'd be, and if not dead, immobilized, disarmed, and no place, and I'd be on fire. It'd be a bad time for me. This would be something I'd probably would grind for sure. At the very minimum, these 2 cannons, and then maybe see what I can throw them on top of. But these are very fucking. This thing is very effective. I think personally, I would want the shield more than I would want the cloak. But maybe I'm wrong in that thought process. But that's just me. That's the level 15 one. I liked it, that one actually. That was actually probably my favorite. I ain't going in front. Firestarters. But the starter vehicle, which is the Manticore. When driving this vehicle, you have to remember to stay as close as possible. Very interesting choice to not start off with like some kind of flamethrower weapon when they're called the Firestarters. So I wonder if that's going to be like the later thing. So these are like these type of shotguns here. I think you've seen these shotguns earlier. The shotguns reload decently fast. I have nothing protecting me on this vehicle, but this is just a blueprint, and then you're supposed to add stuff to it anyways, I would assume. So if you go out there, if you go out into a PvP fight like this, you're doing that at your own peril. The Rakshasa. Yeah, I probably said that correct. Speed, explosives with lows and lows of madness. Oh shit. Was I supposed to do that? Did I lose my gun when I did that? My rockets? They look like rockets, unless you're supposed to do that. That's that. No, you're supposed to do that. Okay, so those are melee. Those are okay. I thought those were like rockets that you shoot out of your vehicle. You're supposed to run into the guy and blow those up on the enemy. And this rocket here is from the Hellbringer or some shit like that. You have no side protection, but given the fact that you have excellent mobility in this vehicle, I don't think that matters that much. If people are on the side of your vehicle, if people crash into the side of you, you're gonna damage them. They're gonna damage themselves running into you on your sides. That's because they're gonna hit your tires and shit. So there is that. Not a vehicle I myself would use, if I'm being honest. So we have the Basilisk, agile and powerful, fit for battles at any distance, and particularly deadly up close. It looks like a crossbow. Might actually be a crossbow. You get 18 shots with it. This is more of a under the smaller vehicle, so I'm not surprised that the mobility is not that crazy. I mean, my fault. The durability is not that crazy. And this is a crossbow. It looks like that explodes. Yep, definitely explodes. I'm trying to get as close as I can to it. Okay, so that does do AoE damage. The cannons here, so they got some kick to them. They were rapid fire. Oh, this shit. The offense on this weapon would be crazy if they were rapid fire. And I think they knew that. That's why they're not rapid fire. Offense, I think, requires some skill when it comes to aligning and actually timing how you would hit a moving target with your actual crossbow, especially if a target that's fast moving, because you have to kind of align yourself with this and hope. Or you can even, again, do it in a sense of where you shoot the ground and hope that they run into it. But it's such a small blast radius that there's no point in trying to be tactful as if you're trying to like do like a mobile claymore type shit, especially since you have to think about people are constantly moving around and shit. That blast radius is way too small. Personally, generally speaking, the vehicle is kind of mid. So then you got the Genie. Blow up or set on fire. Why not both? An artillery vehicle with burning explosive barrels for projectiles and a duck on the roof for tranquility. Very important. Oh shit. Okay, so it's another one of these. Okay, well, let's see what this does. Oh, does it burn longer? It does. Wow. Holy shit. That is effective. These are my vehicle. Dude. Staying in that is a death sentence. That's just in one shot. Is what that shit would do to my current vehicle. If someone had me pinned, I'd be dead 100%. A vegetable. Look at that shit. That's a vegetable. I would equate it to something like the spitter in Left 4 Dead 2. Reload speed is kind of slow, but I understand it considering how much damage that this thing could potentially do. to a crowd of enemies, or even just a singular enemy, if you can actually well place it. Lord forbid you throw these things on an enemy that doesn't have that much durability to begin with, and then these somehow or another break its wheels and just stop it from moving that fast, and then the fire can easily just, like in a cesspool, just burn it alive. You know what I mean? It's just kind of crazy when you really think about it, for sure. I mean, look at that. That is insane. Oh, what the fuck? I turned into this little fuck. Is this normal for that vehicle, or is this always a thing? So I like that for sure. I don't know how effective I would be at actually using that. Aiming's a bit wonky, I will say that much. I actually like that one. I just don't know about my actual ability to be able to use it. The Vendigo instills fear just with its appearance. Leaves only ruin and burned car wrecks in its wake. This vehicle here allows 360 mobility with whatever the weapon is here. This kills fast, and the mobility on these is pretty alright too. Oh, and actually, no, the mobility for this is actually fucking phenomenal. It's on par with the rotors. So I guess they give you this alternative. You have the Leviathan legs, you have, I said rotors again. Fuck the hovercraft shits, you know, the field thruster things. Then you got whatever the fuck these are. Simply, the offense on this weapon is, on this vehicle, is very fucking good. Yeah, Ifrit incinerates anyone who dares to stand in the way of his family. I would have thought that most of their weaponry would have been circumvented around fire. You see what I'm saying? But just different fire types of weapons. I feel like that's a missed opportunity there. I want to be fucking people up with like weaponry like this. Like, dog, that killed me immediately. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's a quick death. If you can stay close by, stay in the fight, you know what I'm saying? Impact damage, and you burning people from a distance. You can be right up on somebody. Hell, if you can even combine that with the, if you combine this flamethrower, and then somehow or another get one of those harvesters, or other blades that I've seen, instead of these spike shits, and then combine that with the flamethrower, bro, you know how much damage you're doing to somebody? That is insanity. You're slicing them the fuck up, and you're burning them up like this with a high damaging flamethrower. The only problem I have with this is the limited ammo. You know what I mean? That's the only issue I have with this. Like, I'm already out of ammo. When you're out of ammo, you're pretty much done shooting for the day. All right, you hit your capacity. All right, no more shooting for you. Go to bed. My opinion on that, the Ifrit would definitely be something to grind for. So I think I'm going Nomad. I think if I can only pick one, I'm going Nomad. You know, over everything, I had the most. I think I had the most positive to say about the Nomads over anything else that was going on here. I didn't really do too much in this video. Oh, wait. There's one more thing I have to do. I forgot I didn't even check out the armored aircraft. I do have to do that real quick before I end this off. Every vehicle, not everybody's vehicle. And honestly, I probably could replace both my guns with 2 cannons on the side, just like I have that one. To be honest with you, like, I think it'd be honestly even probably more effective too. Because the mobility, okay, well, that kind of just, all right, well, fuck. Okay. I think this might be a beginner's mistake right here. We're just gonna go into one like this. I may do 3. Oh, just leading too. I didn't mean to go this low. I meant to be in the air. Get me up in the air. I did not mean to come down here. I I made a mistake. My rotors. Dude, you guys go handle that. I'm gonna just lay here. So my fatal flaw was yeah. See, he's no better at it. Lucien, he's no better at it. I swear. Well, first things first. I want to go up, right? We want to go up. Get me up. Oh, I can't go up. So, okay, the mass is preventing me from going up with the cannons. That's the downside of this. Gotcha. So I can hover a bit if I just don't hold R2. I'm like James. And I hit him. See, I wish I can go up. I need to go up here. Nice. Got my first kill. 2 cannons is cool, but it severely limits your mobility. That's for sure. Like, or the flying is just weirdly inconsistent in this game. I don't know, because now all of a sudden I'm flying up. I don't get it. I'm gonna be honest, I don't understand it. Let me do one more bot game. I understand PvE, probably not that interesting, but I'm just trying to see where's my balancing, right? The mobility. Actually, it's very important that I understand the fucking mobility. What the hell am I talking about? Like, I need to wait for them to spin a bit. Alright. Oops, don't hit. Shit. Go up. See, that's what I don't want. That's what I don't want. It's gonna take some time. Because I feel like R2 helps for sure. But I feel, you know what? It is probably helping me that I do not have both cannons. I really want both cannons because I felt like it was very effective. I need to get my ass up in the air again because I do not have the mobility for that. I do not have the facilities to be sustaining all that damage. Stop shooting me. Stop it. Alright, I'm just crashing in. I should normally fly without that. Okay, Jesus. Like, the one thing that makes flying difficult is... I'm gonna ping you, so you're a bitch. That was gross. I appreciate the assistance. That flying was absolutely terrible. That's gonna be my first PvP experience with this. So I guess he just aimed up first. Yeah, cause he must have gone up and then. Oh no, I hit the ground. Okay, well, all right. I mean, I guess I'm with Tax. I mean, if they lose on the ground, they lose on the ground. It is what it is. It seems like they're doing all right. But no, Tax has a lot of control over his vehicle, over his helicopter. I'm noticing he has a lot of control. Momentum is important. They're double teaming him. Boom, hit him. Distracted one guy. I gotta aim up because he's like, there's no way. Ooh, shit. Okay, down there, they are fucking me up. Trying to. This is about as hard as I thought it would be, but if you can understand the momentum, just aim a bit and you should. I should be able to hit this guy. Being honest. Yeah, got him. Nice. That's not bad for my first start out. Make sure Tax is cool. I guess he's trying to make sure that guy is still dead. Yeah, I'm pretty accurate with these. I like that. It's like some sniping them or some shit. I got him, Tax. Don't worry. Appreciate what Tax was doing. Shit. Tax was out there distracting them and shit. He was fighting the both of them. I don't know where the other guy is though. I'll be honest. And I'm kind of just up here. I don't know if I need to be down there in order to be able to take over this stuff though. It looks like it. Yeah, because they're both down there. Ooh, shit. Gotta wait on it. Boom. Ah, close. Should have been a little bit further ahead. Fuck. I only have 4 more shots left. Shit. No, this is bad. Julie looks strong. Shit. Okay. Ah! I guess I'm trying to. Oh, shit, Tax. Damn. I only have 2 more. I'm not gonna win this because I'm not a. So that's the downside of this. So, maybe we would have probably stalemated if I would have. I'm literally stuck. I am literally stuck. I am literally stuck. I am literally stuck. It doesn't matter. I won't be able to destroy them. Yeah, that is... I didn't do bad. I just didn't do good. Let me know if you want me to play more aircraft stuff. I'll definitely do that. I may do it regardless, to be honest with you. A lot of this shit seems to be just my own thing. I'll see you on the next one, y'all. It's a good day.